Okay, let's picture this. You've got a nation facing, well, just enormous challenges. Widespread poverty, infrastructure that's literally falling apart, food shortages, a major energy crisis.
Yeah, pretty much the works.
And their solution isn't, the usual big aid packages or expensive imports. They decide to tackle it with recycled car tires, artificial canals, solar panels. My first thought is just, how?
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're looking at these really transformative things happening in Burkina Faso under Ibrahim Traoré's leadership.
Right. So our mission today is to unpack this. Look at the surprising facts, the insights into how this West African nation is forging its own path. Self-reliance, ingenuity, sustainability.
Exactly.
I think you should get ready for some real aha moments, because what's going on there, it really challenges a lot of conventional thinking, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
So before we get to the solutions, like the tires and canals, maybe paint a bit more of a picture. What was the actual starting point? What made these, well, radical approaches necessary?
Okay, yeah. So you have to understand, this was a country really heavily reliant on international loans. A lot of its infrastructure was old, dilapidated. Roads were a huge issue.
Also.
Well, think about roads constantly getting washed away by heavy rains or cracking completely under the summer heat, and the human impact, that was severe.
Right.
Many roads connecting rural villages to the cities, often just unpaved tracks. Dangerous, which led to critical delays.
Delays for what kind of thing?
Think about ambulances trying to reach someone, fire brigades, even school buses getting stuck for hours sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, it cut off vital services, opportunities, getting produce to market. It was this really dire situation that basically forced them to look for something different, something innovative, low cost, and crucially, sustainable from within.
Okay, so that makes sense. If the roads are that bad, they have to be a priority. But still, building them from old rubber tires, it sounds almost, I don't know, a bit out there.
It does sound unconventional at first, yeah. But the logic behind it is actually pretty compelling when you look closer.
Don't one.
So normally what happens to old tires? They become waste. They pollute rivers, canals, or they get burned, right? Releasing toxic smoke, horrible stuff.
Yeah, a massive environmental headache.
Exactly. So the solution they've come up with under Traoré's directive is ingenious. They lay out these old tires in a uniform pattern on the ground.
Lay them flat.
Yeah, arrange them carefully. And then they pour a special locally engineered cement mixture over them. It's not just regular concrete. It's designed to adhere really well to the rubber.
Hi.
And this combination creates a surface that's flexible but also incredibly strong. It can handle the big temperature swings, the heavy rains, without cracking like traditional asphalt might.
And you said this isn't just like a small test patch somewhere.
Oh, no, not at all. This is part of a plan for a complete road network.
Okay, so what are the immediate benefits they're seeing? Is it working?
It's working, and the advantages are, well, they're multifaceted. First off, cost. It's about 40% cheaper than building traditional roads.
40%, that's
It's huge. Then there's durability. Because of the rubber, these roads absorb shocks better from heavy rain, even minor tremors. They don't crack easily.
right. The flexibility.
Exactly. And environmentally, you're taking a major waste product and turning it into vital infrastructure. It's quite brilliant, really.
And connectivity. You mentioned the delays before.
Huge improvements there. Lots of small settlements are now properly linked to central cities. We're talking about journeys that used to take, say, 5 hours, now taking maybe just 1 hour.
Wow, that's life-changing for people.
Absolutely. And think about the economic side, too, beyond just the initial cost saving.
Like jobs.
Exactly like jobs. Thousands of young people have found work through this. Collecting the tires, cleaning them, arranging them, the actual construction. It's employment at every stage.
That's direct community impact right there.
It is. And there's another layer, economic sovereignty. By using local waste, they reduce the need to import expensive stuff like bitumen and asphalt.
Ah, so that saves their foreign currency reserves.
Precisely. It eases pressure on those reserves. It's a kind of silent strategic move to lessen dependence on international markets and fluctuating prices.
Smart. Are they still tweaking the method?
They are. Local engineers are experimenting, suggesting things like filling the gaps between the tires with sand or maybe special kinds of plastic to boost strength even further. It's an ongoing process of refinement.
So with all these benefits,
Yeah.
Is anyone else noticing? Are other countries looking at this?
Oh, definitely. It's getting serious international attention. You've had delegations from nearby countries, Mali, Niger, Chad, visiting specifically to study this road building model.
Group.
Yeah. And even environmental groups in Europe have praised it. They've called it an eco-road model and suggested, maybe developed nations could use it for low-traffic urban areas to cut down on waste and pollution.
That's fascinating. An innovation born of necessity potentially going global.
It really shows what's possible, right?
Okay, so the roads are being rebuilt, connecting the country. What about feeding the nation? You mentioned food shortages earlier. That must have been another huge challenge.
Immense. For generations, you had farmers in villages facing heartbreak. They'd plant seeds, but if the rains didn't come...
The crops would just fail.
Exactly. The land stayed barren, widespread hunger, dependence on food aid. It was a constant cycle.
So how did Traoré's government approach this?
Well, and there was this core understanding. A prosperous farmer leads to a prosperous nation. If agriculture thrives, it boosts food security, obviously, but also foreign exchange through exports.
Makes sense.
So that thinking led to another massive project, building artificial canals.
To manage water, basically.
Yeah. Precisely. To collect and store rainwater and then deliver it to the fields consistently year-round.
Think about what that means for an individual farmer.
It's transformative. No more just waiting for the clouds or, relying on prayers alone. The water is suddenly, reliably right there. It's literally in their hands, as the source material puts it.
That's powerful. What kind of scale are we talking about with these canals, and what's the expected impact on agriculture?
The scale is ambitious, designed to cover large agricultural areas, and the projected benefits are huge. It's not just about fixing local food issues, it's aimed at boosting the entire country's agricultural output.
Towards self-sufficiency.
Towards self-sufficiency, yes, and also increasing foreign exchange. They're looking at growing not just the staples, wheat, rice, corn, but diversifying into vegetables, fruits, other produce, enough to feed themselves and potentially export too.
Creating a truly robust agricultural sector.
That's the goal, lessening that external dependence again.
Okay, so we have movement, we have food. Let's talk power. Energy. What was the situation there? You mentioned an energy crisis.
Yeah, the energy landscape for many was pretty bleak. You have to imagine homes being dark even during the day sometimes. People relying on wood fires for cooking, which also means deforestation.
Right, another environmental issue.
And kids trying to study by lantern light. That was the reality.
So what's the big idea to tackle that?
The answer is incredibly ambitious. They're establishing a whole new city, dubbed a solar city.
A solar city?
Yes. Designed from the ground up to be completely self-sufficient and environmentally friendly. The idea is it runs entirely on solar energy.
How does that work practically?
No electricity poles snaking everywhere, no reliance on imported oil or gas, and crucially, no heavy utility bills for the citizens living there. Every building, houses, schools, hospitals, factories is planned to have solar panels on its roof, generating its own power.
That sounds almost utopian. What are the implications beyond just, keeping the lights on?
Oh, the wider implications are massive. Firstly, it directly tackles the national energy crisis. But, just as importantly, it creates a huge number of jobs.
In solar?
Yes, skilled local jobs. Manufacturing the panels, installing them, maintaining them, it's building a whole new national expertise in renewable energy.
That's forward thinking.
Very. And this city is envisioned as a role model for the whole country. Think modern schools focused on technology, solar-powered buses, no smoke, free solar-powered internet zones to connect young people globally.
So it's about creating a sustainable, modern template.
Exactly. A country that was struggling with energy is now positioning itself as a leader in sustainability, energy independence, and self-reliance. They're effectively leapfrogging older, polluting technologies.
It's incredible when you lay it all out, like the roads, the canals, the solar city. These aren't small tweaks. They're revolutionary projects. What's the philosophy holding it all together?
That's a great question, because it's not just about the individual projects. For Traoré, it seems these represent a much deeper philosophy. It's about self-reliance, first and foremost.
Trusting their own abilities.
Absolutely. Trusting local capabilities, local ingenuity. It's a powerful statement, showing that even a nation facing significant financial challenges can achieve remarkable things if it has clear intentions and acts decisively.
Instead of just waiting for outside help.
Precisely. Instead of passively waiting for aid or trying to import expensive expensive solutions that might not even fit their context. It's a quiet but very strong challenge to those traditional international economic dependencies, redefining development from the ground up.
It really is an inspiring narrative. You see Burkina Faso shifting from dependence to demonstrating how local problems can genuinely be tackled with local innovative solutions. It feels like it comes down to commitment and resourcefulness.
It really does. It challenges that idea that you always need massive external funding to make real change happen.
So wrapping this up, what should we take away from this? We've seen Burkina Faso using these, well, grassroots innovations, not just to solve immediate problems, but maybe inspiring a whole new way to think about development.
I think what's really powerful here is the lesson. That huge transformative change doesn't always come from the biggest players on the world stage, the superpowers.
Right.
Often, the real key to a revolution, if you want to call it that, is a dedicated leader focused on their people who knows how to mobilize local resources and spark that local ingenuity.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm.
If a nation can build durable roads from trash tires, guarantee food with simple canals, power a city using just sunlight, it poses a question for all of us.
To the question.
Well, what other waste products or overlooked resources, maybe in our own communities or anywhere across the globe, could be transformed? What other game-changing solutions are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for that spark of ingenuity and self-belief? Where does true value actually lie?